You know, when we think about negotiation, we often picture high-stakes boardrooms or intense bargaining sessions with dramatic back and forths. But let's be real. Negotiation is a part of our everyday lives. Whether you're trying to get your kids to eat their vegetables, haggling at a flea market, or, yes, closing a deal in sales. Negotiation is a skill that can make or break our relationships and outcomes. So, let's dive into what makes for effective negotiation, especially in sales, where it's crucial to ensure that both parties walk away feeling good about the agreement. First things first, preparation is key. Imagine you're about to enter a negotiation. Maybe it's with a client who's interested in your services. Do you know what they're really after? What their budget looks like? What constraints they might be dealing with? If you don't do your homework, you're setting yourself up for failure. Take the time to research the other party's goals and priorities. For instance, if you know that a client has a tight budget, you can tailor your proposal in a way that respects that limitation while still demonstrating value. Preparation isn't just about knowing your own numbers. It's about understanding theirs, too. Next up, you've got to define clear objectives. What do you want out of this negotiation? What's your ideal outcome? What's your minimum acceptable deal? It's like setting the stage before the performance begins. If you go in without a clear idea of what you want, you might find yourself agreeing to terms that don't serve you well. Think about it. If you're negotiating price, do you know what your bottom line is? Or are you just hoping for the best? Now, let's talk about focusing on mutual benefits. This is where the magic happens. Successful negotiations aren't about one side winning and the other losing. They're about finding a solution that provides value to both parties. For example, if you can offer flexible payment terms, perhaps in exchange for a longer contract duration, you're creating a win-win situation. Both sides feel valued, and that's how you build relationships that last. And don't underestimate the power of listening. Active listening is a game changer. When the other party speaks, really pay attention. What are their concerns? What do they need? By acknowledging their needs, you can find common ground. For instance, if a client expresses that delivery speed is crucial for their business, you can pivot your proposal to address that concern. I understand delivery speed is critical for your business. Let's explore how we can meet your timeline. See how that works? It's about making the other party feel heard and understood. Of course, communication is vital. You want to avoid any ambiguity. Be clear about your terms and conditions. If your pricing includes implementation support, but customization will cost extra, say it outright. Nothing derails a negotiation faster than misunderstandings. So, lay it all out in plain language. Now, what happens when negotiations get tough? We've all been there. Conflicting priorities, unrealistic expectations, or strong emotions can make things messy. The key is to stay calm and composed. If discussions start to heat up, don't be afraid to take a pause. A moment of silence can do wonders for cooling down the tension. It's also essential to reframe the discussion. Instead of fixating on positions, what each side demands, try to uncover the underlying interests. Why do they want that lower price? What's driving their request? By shifting the focus to interests, you can often find creative solutions that satisfy both parties. For instance, if they need a lower price, ask them about the specific features they value most. This can help you adjust your offer in a way that meets their needs without sacrificing your own. And remember, it's important to acknowledge their perspective. Validating the other party's concerns can build trust and rapport. If they express that minimizing costs is crucial for their business, let them know you understand that. I see why minimizing costs is important for your business at this stage. It's about creating a collaborative atmosphere instead of a combative one. Speaking of creativity, don't shy away from offering alternative solutions. Sometimes the best answers lie outside the box. Propose options that address both parties' priorities. Maybe you can suggest a phased implementation to reduce upfront costs. This way, you're showing flexibility while still working towards an agreement. But here's a critical point. Know when to walk away. Not every negotiation is going to be a fit, and that's okay. If it becomes clear that you're unable to meet each other's requirements, it's better to respectfully end the conversation and revisit it later if circumstances change. There's no shame in recognizing when a deal isn't viable. Now, let's wrap this up with the golden nugget: creating win-win solutions. This is the ultimate goal of any negotiation. You want both parties to feel like they've gained something valuable. Start by understanding the priorities of both sides. What matters most to them? What's non-negotiable for you? Explore multiple options together. Brainstorm various approaches to meet shared goals. Maybe you can offer expedited delivery for a premium fee, or adjust payment terms while keeping the project scope intact. Balance flexibility with firmness. Be open to compromise on less critical points while holding your ground on key objectives. And as you navigate this process, leverage shared interests. Highlight areas where you both agree. Maybe you both value high-quality service and a long-term partnership. Use that common ground to build momentum and move towards a solution. Finally, document the agreement clearly. Summarize the terms in writing to prevent any misunderstandings later on. Outline deliverables, timelines, and payment schedules in a formal contract. This not only protects both parties, but also reinforces the collaborative spirit of the negotiation. So there you have it. Effective negotiation is about preparation, clear communication, and focusing on mutual benefits. It's about staying composed during difficult discussions, reframing the conversation, and offering creative solutions. And ultimately, it's about building win-win outcomes that foster long-term relationships. Whether you're negotiating a deal or a dinner plan, these principles can help you navigate the conversation with confidence and success.